As a business owner, I'm sure you are constantly looking for information or strategies or people that can help you move your business forward. But have you considered also getting coaching or development for your leadership team? In our interview with Anu Khanna, she shares with us how bringing your team into strategy sessions for the year ahead, for the 5-year plan, bringing the team in to get their buy-in on the why, the vision of the organisation, and then the goals that you want to set for the business can have a massive impact on success. Anu, tell me, why did you become a business coach?
Well, there's a little bit of background here, Michelle. I don't know if you know, I've worked at IKEA for 16 years and I had a full-time role of heading stores. And my last role, I was in Zurich in Switzerland, heading retail. And then whatever free time you get in a full-time role, I was coaching high potentials to take the next step. So this was like more a voluntary role. So I was a global coach for IKEA. So I did all my coaching certification from there. And when this opportunity came along to be a business coach, it was perfect because now I'm not making difference to just one organization. I'm impacting many businesses, making a huge difference in their personal and in their business lives. We actually have a goal setting in our team where we want to make a difference in life of 10,000 business owners, make an impact personally and business. So I'm living my purpose.
I know IKEA is a massive organisation. So how many people did you work with in that role over that period?
Hundreds, thousands. I moved across 3 different countries working with IKEA. So IKEA is the reason I moved to UK. Then they moved me and my family to Switzerland. And I was working across organizations. I've worked in supply chain, worked in retail. They were fundamental in who I have become today.
Give me one strategy that you've seen that is the key to success in business that you've seen from working from all of those business owners over the years.
For a smaller business, it's securing profitability and cash flow. Really knowing your numbers, doing your financial projections based on margins, not markup, and knowing that difference and securing that your margin products are being marketed. And for bigger businesses where the cash flow is already secured, and then I would say it's the team, it's leadership.
Let's start with the small business. Who are they? What size? What industry? And what was their challenge?
Smaller business, they are into commercial and mechanical services. And the size is around 3 million. The challenge was they were not able to scale up. They were not growing, though there was a lot of focus on revenue generation. The entire team is working 50 plus hours, working very hard, but not moving forward. So when we started to work together with them, we looked at their numbers. And there lied the key, really knowing your numbers, because they were barely breaking even. We looked at their pricing model, they were not even covering their costs. And then they didn't know the difference between markup and margins, for example. They were not covering their transportation cost in the pricing. So we had to redo the entire pricing structure. And with the new pricing structure that they rolled out last January, the profitability has just increased because now they're earning money. The reason for an existence of a business is to earn money. And if you're not making profits, why are you even in business? You got to make money. It's like, if you're salaried, you get wages. If you're in the business, you got to get profits. So that was a fundamental change. And there's no fun in it then. Fun is gone when there's no money in the bank.
The cash gap was too wide. Explain that to me.
In ActionCOACH, we have these amazing tools. So we have something called Cash Flow Story. And in Cash Flow Story, we just map in their numbers and it shows us the entire history of the business, history, present, and future. And we mapped everything and we could just put forward to them. This is your gap between incoming and outgoing. And if we bridge that gap, this is the pure net profit saving. And then we could see it historically, what have been the challenges. It's a great tool. You just map your numbers and it tells you everything. It even tells you that, by increasing 1% on your pricing, what's the impact on the bottom line? Increasing 1% volume, what's the impact? Increasing 1% or 10% in terms of stock turnaround ratio, what's the impact? So we used that tool. We made some significant changes in the business in terms of what the tool advised us. And we worked on it together.
The team were working long hours and really analysing the numbers, looking at that cash flow, cash gap. you were really able to help them make more profit in their business. And what does that mean for them now?
Well, now the goal is to continue to scale up. We've put some stretch targets in the business. So the business will double up by end of this year. And we're not just going for turnover. I mean, more than double in profitability. They have grown by 1,000% in their profitability only because the pricing structure is correct. It's based on the margins, the getting money payments on time. There's an accounting structure that we have helped them to put, and we've made some significant changes with the cash flow story tool in terms of their work in process and the cash gap.
So you work with the leadership team. I think that's a really interesting point because a lot of business owners might get coaching for themselves or seek coaching for themselves, but having a coach for their executive team is extremely powerful. Walk me through what that looks like for the team.
It's been fantastic. They've had their best year, 2023. The business has been ongoing for 25 years. The best year ever, 2023. The best month ever, 2024 January. And he has done a LinkedIn post. If anyone wants to go onto my LinkedIn and you can see who this business is, because they have been congratulating. They're over the moon and 2024 will be the best year for this business. It's because the executive leadership team is committed, they're bought in, and they are raring to go.
And so in your team coaching sessions, measuring the OKRs or their KPIs, is that something that you do on a regular basis as well? And walk me through what that looks like.
On a monthly basis, when we start the session, where are we with this month's numbers? And so them coming prepared because we want to celebrate. So in the February session, we found out actually January was a super month. They started the session with, it was so busy. It was so much to do. I was like, let's look at the numbers. And they hadn't realized it themselves that January was the best month ever in the 25 years history of their business. They're such a dream to work with because they action. We talked about implementation. The team implements. And Michelle, when there are 10 people of executive leadership team and everyone is implementing the right things and it cascades down, every team leader is implementing the right things. Results is a byproduct. Of course, they will be winning. And of course, they will have their best year ever. And of course, they will have the best profitability. It's a synergy.
Who's been the best mentor or coach for you throughout your career?
For me, it's congruency. When I believe in coaching and we're talking about advocating everyone to have a coach, every successful person to have a coach. Of course, I also have a coach because I want to be successful. And I have the same coach since I've started my business. You would know him, James Vincent, who's in our Action Coach community in UK. So he's been my coach since I've started the business and he's absolutely wonderful.
What's the best piece of business advice that you have ever received?
If you take care of performance, results will take care of themselves.
Hats off to you for committing to your learning by listening to this podcast. And if you'd like some help implementing some of these strategies, then click the link in the description to find your local action coach. They can help you put these strategies into action and take your business and your life to the next level. In the meantime, like and subscribe so that you're the first to get our next episode. We'll see you soon.